Good evening, everyone. Welcome back. It's been a while since I have been here and have been able to sit down and record a video and share some of my stories. As you can see, tonight I'm doing something a little bit different. No blue light, no cowboy hat, and for those who are curious, yes, I do wear glasses. 90% of the time I'm in contacts, and tonight I'm up all night long. I didn't feel like wearing them. So that's what it is. I am doing things a little bit different tonight. Tonight I want to share a little bit of an insight as to who I am as a person, and that's why I'm doing things a little bit different. So this isn't a true or false story or a funny story. This is who I am. And I'm going to start off with saying things for me over the last few weeks have been kind of hectic with making the switch to third shift. Actually, that happened back in July, so it's been a couple months now. It's been everything else that's going on in the world with the whole COVID thing that's going on, and you're not able to be with people that you're normally able to be with. Your entire life is uprooted. For those of you who don't know, Labor Day weekend, our family celebrates a family reunion. This family reunion consists of, well, back when I was in high school, it was a 3-day event. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. It has now dwindled down to about a day and a half, and it is still a big deal. But for the first time in 91 years, we were not able to have it as normal. Now, I believe some were able to, they did facilitate a virtual reunion this year. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to participate because I was asleep at the time this happened. Is what it is. I heard people enjoyed it, had a good time. Wish I could have participated. Anyway, so like I said, everybody knows things this year are in a real upheaval. Me, myself, like I said, this video is more of an insight as to who I am. To say I am a high-strung individual can be considered an understatement. Now, for the most part, most people who know me or think they know me as somebody that is very shy, very quiet. I'm very introverted, so me doing a video like this is not something you would expect an introverted person to do, but I am that type of person. I tend to hold back, especially in large groups. I am not the ringleader per se as to a group. I am not the life of the party. I am not that person. Love to be around groups. Love whenever the time is right. I love being in groups. Love being included. But I am not the ringleader type. So to say I am high-strung, people don't understand. I do have this attribute of myself that for the 90% of the time I can control. And I consider it being very high-strung. And those who have seen me come unwound, and there's only a handful of you that have ever seen it, no, it is not a pretty sight. And there's only a couple of you out there that have seen a short spurt of me coming unwound. Nobody, and there's only only a handful of people in this world that has ever seen me fully come unwound, rather. Sorry about the language. I'm trying. Keep in mind, it is about midnight, so take it for what it is. So that is who I am. I'm this person I take things differently. Some things I take to heart, and I take things very seriously. And whenever things don't go right, I have a hard time of controlling that emotion, especially when stress levels get high. And whenever I was a kid, it was horrible. I was very wound tight, very high strung. Even though I was quiet in high school, those of you who knew me from high school probably had no clue I was this type of person, because I was quiet, I was shy, I was the wallflower. I was the guy sitting in the back that most people didn't think anything got to me as far as at least outward expression when I was around people. But whenever I got home, There was times my mom had to send me out the door and say, you go out, just go get rid of it. Do not bring that in the house, because I would be it would be all bottled up, and by the time I would get home, it would explode. And over the years, I have learned how to control that, as most people do as they get older. They learn how to control it. And for the most part, yes, 90% of the time, for those of you who are around me a lot, you may not believe this, I can control it, and I do control it. But whenever the bottle pops, it's hard to contain. There is a wall somewhere where I work that has a fist print in it because I lost control. Sorry. And luckily no one was around. It was a spur of the moment thing. And yes, whenever my stress levels hit and I come unwound and I hit that high strong note, it's horrible. And I'm a horrible person for it. And I'll admit I'm a horrible person. But that being said, that is who I am. I am this high-strung person. I go through all that to say this is one of the reasons why I'm doing these videos. A lot of these videos I'm doing, yeah, they're funny. Are they true? Are they not? They're an outlet. They're a way for me to express myself, a way for me to relieve some of the stress I got. Plus, they're a way to relive some of the memories I've generated over the years. Now, I've told you some of them are true, some of them are false. That is true. Some of them are true, some of them are false. But all in all, it was a lot of the memories that are true and the stories I have shared. There was so much good time, and that is a stress relief for me. I may not be the best storyteller. I may not make everybody laugh. And some of you may even look at these stories or listen to them and say, hey, I don't get this guy at all. I don't get what he's saying. And I'm not necessarily doing that for everybody else as much as I'm doing it for myself to relieve that stress. So keep in mind, whenever I'm posting these videos, yes, some of them are true, some of them are false. And some of it is just a way as a release. Years ago, whenever I tried to cope with this, I've done several things over the years to try to cope with this. I used to smoke a lot. I was a habitual smoker. I smoked anywhere from a pack, 2 packs a day up until 2009. And I am proud to say I quit smoking in end of August in 2009. Literally woke up. It's a story you would hear most drunk or drug addicts or most alcoholics share, that I woke up and had this revelation. Well, I'm not downgrading that, because I literally woke up in a hotel room with my lungs on fire. And that's what caused me to want to quit. But I'm not tired to talk about that. What I'm getting at is smoking was a way I used to cope with the stress. Drinking was another one. Back in my early 20s, I used to do a lot of drinking. I still drink on occasion, but it's not. I drink because I love the taste of beer. I like a taste of a beer once in a while. I like a taste of rum once in a while. So yeah, I still do drink. I don't drink like I did back in my 20s to escape, and that's what it was. It was an escape, and all those are temporary fixes. And I've done over the years, I've learned to come up with other ways to try to cope with this, and everything is temporary. Right now, one of the things I do is I engage in physical activity anywhere from 3 to 5 times a week. I lift weights, play basketball. I have a heavy punching bag that, Lordy, there's nights that thing just doesn't stand a chance. And those are all ways I cope with doing trying to cope with being high strung and trying to find this release. And it doesn't work, or it does work temporarily. Everything is temporary. The stress is always going to be there. There's always going to be things that get there under your skin. And I think this is where I'm going with this, is I want people to know that, yeah, well, even though I keep things bottled up, and when they explode, and I come unraveled. It's temporary, and you got to, and it's constantly learning on ways to contain that and find a release that is not violent. And and I say that loosely. I don't want anybody to think that I am this extremely violent person that is going to go on a rampage or something. I am not that way. But keep in mind, everybody has this. I am convinced everybody has these emotions, this stress, this stuff that gets into under your skin, where you can't feel like you can't deal with it anymore, and it's going to explode in one form or the other. I try to put it into music. I play the bass. I try to focus all that destructive energy into the bass, and it helps. Everything I do extracurricular helps, because you've got to come up. It is a constant struggle. You will never be 100% over it, but you learn to control. Ultimately, the best thing that has ever happened that has allowed me to come over to control of this more than anything else is my faith in God. Now, I did not start this to become preachy, or I'm not here to try and share my views on religion. If any, and this is one thing I'm going to make a disclaimer right here. If I do not believe in pushing my faith on somebody else. Your faith is personal. Your relationship with God is very personal. If you choose to go that way, it is a very personal thing. If that is something, if anybody ever wishes to fully understand or wants to know why I believe the way I do, contact me personally, and I will be more than happy to tell you why. But I will not debate it. That being said, that's all I'm going to say. My faith in God is what has ultimately helps me find that release, because I know that is someone, a higher being, that I can share every last detail of my life and push on him my cares, and he's the only one strong enough in this world to take it. I don't believe there's anybody else out there that can take whatever I've got bottled up and be able to deal with it on a long-term basis. So, like I said, once again, didn't mean to sound preachy, but that is my ultimate release, is my faith in God. Thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you next time.